The gulls are admired and have populated the globe. Every year, they survive brutal conditions and hard winters to thrive in the summers. Widespread across the continents, they are repeatedly seen as a beach phenomenon. Navigating for food and nesting areas, they are capable of long journeys to oceanic boats that are fishing. The most amazing birds are known for their acute ability to find food and thrive in aquatic environments. Gulls are a unique, beautiful bird that are recognized easily. Gulls or seagulls are sea birds. They have adapted to a way of life in an aquatic environment. Most of the gull's diet is fish and crustaceans. Their jaws allow them to eat large food items such as crabs entirely. Socially, their life is complex, unlike other bird species. They hunt around the coastal area. Human food is also part of their diet, mostly bread and crackers. The colonies that they live in can be large, and they gather in the same areas to interact with one another. Gulls are intelligent, inquisitive, and resourceful birds. Older birds turn into the best hunters, while the younger birds learn. In certain hunting behavior, They have shown that they can use bread as bait. Their success while feeding is definitely shown how old the gull is. Colonies often form on islands and the rocky coast. These areas are where they breed and raise their young. Their foraging skills can help with the maturation process. Gulls are known to stay in the same area for the entire year. Now that they are protected from any natural enemies or hunters, their populations are increasing. Contributing to the increasing population is natural food resources and food supplied by people. Gulls can live for more than 30 years. The shape of the gull is long, with wings attached to heavy bodies that hold a large neck. They move year-round from the east coast all the way to the west coast of many regions globally. Immature gulls are dark brown with a black bill, and they reach their full plumage in the winter. Living in a colony, seagulls establish a pecking order. Assertive gulls can show a dominant influence. The vibrant society of gulls communicates with each other, and interaction is important. Body language helps with communication, and the birds also use a variety of calls. Their call is loud and similar to a howl. To help with flight, the tail of the gull is rounded. They can fly for a long distance to find where food is plentiful. Their patterns are part of their instinct. Some gulls have adapted to have a forked tail or a wedge shaped tail. Gulls can fly to different locations and return to that same location year after year. Their legs have webbed feet that help with swimming in the rough ocean tides. Seagulls are known to be adventurous in flight and can be found in urban areas. This is an attempt to scavenge for food. If there is a change in the wind or weather conditions, this helps with the gull's instincts. Their appetite can carry them to major river systems and large lakes. If it is bad weather, they change their flight path to find a better route. Foraging the sea and beaches provides most of the gull's food. When it comes to their chicks, they rest and nest in the gravel. Their pattern, or camouflage, is different between the young gulls and the adult gulls. The adult gull has a different plumage, and their feathers turn white when they mature. This plumage can vary in color from a light gray to a dark black. When navigating the beach, the seagull is very skilled at using different landmarks to find their way. This helps with migration from different islands to the mainland. The egg of the seagull is very small and a mosaic with a black and brown pattern. During breeding season, their head can vary in color and their plumage changes from dark to light. Both parents feed their young and leave the nest after hatching. The young gulls are capable of flight after a month from hatching from their egg. This helps carry large crustaceans high into the air, where they will drop the crustacean to break it open and feed. The habitat of the gull helps in breeding, and this can be accomplished in three different habitats. These habitats include freshwater and oceanic waters. Their habitat is dependent on an abundance of food and natural resources. Humans help in the gull diet with ocean fishing. Often, on a oceanic fishing voyage, the gulls will display aerial battles. Their diet makes them an omnivore that includes crustaceans and seaweed. Whales can help their diet by herding schools of fish to the surface. Climate can make a difference in the environment and what makes a good habitat for the birds. Adaptation of various habitats makes a comfortable nesting site for the gull. To stay hydrated, the gull can drink water and fresh water. They have a special gland that's located in their skull, and they can excrete salt to maintain an electrolyte balance. Their diet can shift with a migration pattern and allow more fish. Gulls begin to breed when they are 5 years old. In courtship, the female is the first to begin the mating process. They end up in isolation and remove themselves from the colony. After isolation, they begin to become a couple that feeds themselves and fly together and scavenges together. When nesting, they lay their eggs in the gravel next to larger rocks or shrubs to protect themselves from the wind. The nest is built with grass, feathers, and other items found on the beach. Their diet can include freshwater invertebrates. Mostly crustaceans and mollusks make up the daily nutrients. Typically, gulls do not eat one food item every day. They forage for different meals. Depending on the region that the birds live in, is what kind of food lives in the area. This is especially true during the summer and winter months. During the summer months, the birds spend more of their day on the water. In most regions, there are 5 different gull species that are unique to that area. This is when they form pairs and build nests with other birds. They are definitely a beach bird. Each bird, male and female, takes turns with the eggs until they hatch. Seagulls are very fascinating birds socially and show unique traits and behaviors. Mostly in hunting for crustaceans and mollusks is how they are a specialty among the birds. There are efforts to make sure that gulls are safe in their habitats. The seagull is different than other birds because they have a heavier egg and a higher success rate for hatching. During the 19th century, gulls were hunted for their eggs and feathers. Since then, they are considered as protected and breed along the coast. They can be a friendly animal if a person has some food and will be close to a person's beach equipment. The more common gulls are next to public areas. Food is also part of migration, where gulls will travel between islands and the mainland. Gulls have a hunting skill that brings crustaceans and mollusks to the surface. With added nutrients, they can gain weight before the winter months. This is when their bills are most important because food such as mollusks needs to be dropped on the ground. When one gull has food, other gulls will try and come and get parts of the meal. The more that we understand about gulls, the more appreciation we have for coastal birds. Their favorite food in the ocean is sardines. The wingspan of a gull is very impressive and helps them fly long distances from oceanic voyages to gliding along the coast. There are more than 70 different species of gulls. Their wingspan catches air easily. Gulls can soar high into the sky and adjust to the air currents. There is no hunting permit for the seagull. Skilled with flying, they can hover above a certain area and observe what is available. Their tail feathers help to maintain balance, just like an airplane's vertical stabilizer and rudder. They are experts at flying near the coast and can navigate through small amounts of rain. When fish is part of the diet, they have to adapt more than when their diet consists of crabs and mollusks. They can gather in large numbers if there is food. If there is a fishing boat in the ocean, seagulls will travel out to the boat and then fly to the coast. Seabirds have a easy lifestyle.